Hello to everybody, Ray Gaming here. Welcome back to another video. And today, I'll be reacting to scary text stories. Well, no, we're changing it up a little bit. Today, we will be reacting to a scary field trip horror stories anime. And guys, the guy that made this is called Llama Arts. Yeah. I think you guys have seen Corey Kenshin reacted to one of these animations by Llama Arts, but you know, just in case you haven't, which you should, like, what the freak are you doing, mate? If you haven't seen it, stop this video, go to Corey Kenshin, click on that video, real talk. Corey Kenshin is so much more important, but, and guys, I was already doing a video, but it was a scary text story, but I accidentally messed up and I forgot to do an outro and everything, so I just decided to react to this. Anyway, keep it going. Let go. Scary field trip horror stories. Man, these farts are good.
Back in high school, I took a mysteries and mythology type class, or something like that. I don't remember the name of the class. It basically just had to do with real life mysteries and creepy shit. I was into that kind of stuff. I was taking the class with a good friend, who I'll call Ben for this story. The teacher of the class took us on a field trip to a nearby abandoned village with an unknown past.
What?
The village was built in the early 1900s, but seems as though it had been quickly abandoned shortly after it was built. The bus ride there was about 20 minutes.
Alright, let's continue.
All of us were glued to the bus windows as we pulled up some sketchy looking...
Okay. Llama Arts, this guy did an amazing job animating this. Look at how sick this is, bruh.
Decrepit road cutting through dense forest.
Why are all of them so
The road
shitty?
eventually led to a clearing.
They're all so shitty.
We were there. We stepped out onto the road, which had grass growing through the cracks. The grass surrounding was almost knee-high.
Okay. First off, if your teacher ever brings to a place like this, or ever tells you, like a place like this, stay home. Literally stay home from school. Or college, or high school, whatever.
Then there were the buildings. The tall, archaic brick buildings with the boarded-up windows all gave off such chilling vibes.
What kind of field trip is this?
The teacher lined all 20 of us up, counted heads, and then began leading the way. The point of this little field trip was to use the so-called skills we learned in class to see if we could put anything together about why the village may have been abandoned so long ago. Some of the buildings had holes in the walls to serve as entryways. There were even holes in the ground next to some of the buildings, seemingly dug to get into the basements of some of the buildings, which seemed creepy.
Idiot, what do you mean which
building,
seems?
though. It stood taller than any of the others. It just intrigued me the most.
Let me guess, y'all gonna explore it. Oh my gosh, no racism, but like, why is it always like that one person? Why is it always like that one person that either trips over air or say, hey guys, let's split up? No. If you're all staying together, then y'all will know. If y'all all standing together, y'all could easily jump that one guy that's trying to kill you all. But if you split up, the killer could kill you one by one until the last person is dead. Let's continue.
While the teacher was leading the group towards the village church, Ben and I decided to sneak off on our own to look for anything interesting. When we walked off in the direction of the tallest building, we saw...
So you decide to go to the tallest building. Like, look at the first. Like, you see, in this picture, look at them. Look at how calm they are. Flashback. So shooketh. so shooketh to this. Oh, sorry. So shooketh. No. Damn, I keep so shooketh. Oh my god, so shooketh. All the way to this. Look at how calm they are. Like this is normal. No. This dude got a full on smile. This guy just have a straight line. But it just, the end is just up a little bit. He really not enjoying it that much.
We walked off in the direction of the tallest building. We saw a hole in the ground. It was dug by the back door of the building, which had been sealed off.
God.
In the hole was a ladder, which led down to the concrete floor below. We both looked at each other and knew we had to do it.
No, y'all
Ben climbed down first, then me. Luckily, this was just around the time Apple started putting flashlights on their phones, so we had a source of light.
Hold on, guys, I'll be right back. Alright, everyone, I'm back. Just had to use the bathroom for a second.
It was creepy down there.
I might edit that out.
There were a couple of beer bottles, one graffiti tag on the wall, and dusty wooden planks everywhere.
Tree is no. Oh. There is no. I can't really read that because it's blocking. But there's nothing.
Where? There was a wooden stairway which led up to complete darkness, since all windows and doors had been sealed.
Oh, freak! What just happened?
So we had a source of light. It was creepy down there. There were a couple of beer bottles, one graffiti tag on the wall, and dusty wooden planks everywhere.
Why are y'all exploring so much?
There was a wooden stairway which led up to complete darkness, since all windows and doors had been sealed shut from above. We had already gone as far as to enter the building, so we figured we'd go up the stairs too. I went first, and with each step, the creepiness of the 100-year-old wood made me feel as if I was going to fall through each and every step. Ben followed suit. This floor of the building was very tight. It seemed like there were many openings going off into different
Don't split up. Just don't do it.
It was so dark in there, you would never even guess it was daytime. Ben and I were honestly starting to get creeped out in there and agreed to go back outside. But just then, there was a noise in one of the tiny rooms, like a big rock hitting the concrete floor.
Oh, what's up?
A normal instinct would be to run, but Ben and I froze, locked eyes for a moment, then both tiptoed over to the opening of the room. We shined the lights into the room.
Ah, my eyes!
We ran back down the stairs and then up the rusty ladder back outside. We caught up to the group out of breath. We didn't say anything though to avoid getting in trouble. One of our classmates asked us what was wrong. We told him we snuck into one of the buildings. And in one of the rooms, when we shined the light into it, we saw three guys standing maybe 10 feet away from the door.
What the freak? The one that looks creepiest the most is the guy in the front. Why? Look at their cold, dead, black eyes.
Doorway.
Why is he looking at me like that?
In a weird formation.
This dude just don't care.
For us.
What the freak, man?
As we continued following the group, we paid extra attention to the tall building we entered from the distance. And
No.
before leaving, we saw a person's face at one of the higher level windows that had not been boarded up.
That was the guy.
We never told the teacher in fear of getting in trouble. We didn't know what to think. Were those just homeless people living in there? Were they gang members in hiding? Ben freaks me out with his theory. He says they were ghosts of the people who once lived in the town. Still, the way the three guys were just hauntingly standing there so calmly, staring at us the moment we peeked our heads through that doorway, I still can't get that image out of my head. I may go back to that village one day.
What?
Just to prove Ben's idea wrong.
Then you actually went back? GG Nori, you finna get bodied. Watch this. Alright. Let's watch one more. Let's do it. Yeah, y'all didn't think I was gonna watch another one? I'm watching this. Yep. 2 in 1 video. Amazing.
3 months after I turned 16 in 2005, I got my first car, a '99 Toyota Camry.
Ooh,
on a warm Saturday night,
good
when my friend Alex invited me over to one of his friend's big parties, I knew I wouldn't be in a condition to drive the Camry home afterward. So we carpooled with Alex's girlfriend, Brianna. We lived in the countryside.
Oh my god. Look at those. It literally looked like anime. But I can't take it, bro. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Let's continue.
Side of Virginia, meaning less big parties. Meaning when there was a big party, it was a huge deal and everyone would go.
Makes sense.
We lived about 5 to 10 minutes away from this kid's house. I knew where he lived as I was acquainted with him, but not exactly friends. The whole ride there, we took the same 2-lane highway type road through the woods, and this kid's house was actually on this road further down. At certain points on this road, there were a few houses on either side, and then it would just go back to being a long, empty highway again. The house was tiny, like a lot of houses around the area, but the party was held outside anyway, since his closest neighbors were relatively far away, and noise wasn't an issue. I'll skip most of the party up until the point that Brianna, who was supposed to be our designated driver, had to suddenly leave for a small family emergency. Alex said it was fine and that we'd find a ride home. Well, fast forward another few hours and another few drinks, and I could barely even walk straight. I checked my watch, and it was like 2 in the morning. I figured it was time to go. I started looking for Alex, but I couldn't find him anywhere. In fact, it seemed like everybody I knew had already left. I could barely even think straight, but I was still furious at the fact that Alex could have actually left without me. I asked to use the party host's phone and dialed Alex's home number. After 2 tries, I gave up and then realized I shouldn't wake his family up. So, literally not knowing what else to do, I dizzily stepped out onto the road and began walking back home.
Walking? Bro, you could have called a cab. I don't know anymore, guys.
I knew this walk would take anywhere from half an hour to an hour in my condition. Maybe after 15 minutes of walking down the road, the slight shine of car headlights on the road was fading in from behind me. Jumping for joy inside, I lifted up my arm and stuck out my thumb. As the car neared, it slowed down and came to a stop right next to me. The man driving the '98 Ford Explorer rolled down the window and asked where you headed. I told him my house was just down the road and beyond a right turn, probably slurring my words beyond comprehension. He chuckled and told me to hop in. I thanked him and joyously hopped into the truck. I was exhausted, and I remember completely disregarding things the guy was asking me because I was so close to just passing out. And that's what happened. The memories of being in that truck turned to a fog, as I'm sure I passed out.
You're drinking too much lean, my boy.
The next thing I remember, I I woke up, still in the moving truck. The guy looked at me and laughed, but didn't say anything. I looked around and realized the road we were on wasn't familiar. I nervously asked, where are we going? He then said, so what were you doing out this late anyway? As the man answered my very straightforward question with another irrelevant question.
Listen here, bro. He gave you a ride. He gave you a ride. So far, he pretty much likes you. He thinks you're funny, cool, even. You need to answer his question, like, what are you doing out there? Just tell him. After all, how can you not trust him? After all, he did pick you up.
The sobering reality of the situation hit me. You can let me out anywhere, I told the man. The man responded with a firm no.
Oh.
I felt like throwing up as he said that. No, I really actually felt like I was going to throw up. I started to gag as I felt more and more nauseous by the second. The man took his eyes off the road to look at me, and that's when I thought of the perfect distraction. I turned in his direction as I continued to gag, and he started to kind of lean away and slow down the car. Thankfully, I drank as much as I did, because I finally threw up and made a point of doing it all over the man's lap. The man yelled in frustration and stopped the car, and that's when I took it upon myself to run for my life into the woods and duck behind a few bushes.
Why? Hold on. Why would you run to the woods at night? What are you thinking? Oh, why would you run into the woods? That's the one place you shouldn't go at night. Well, when you're around that place, that's the one place you shouldn't go at night. Oh my gosh.
The man came following into the woods with a flashlight, and on 2 separate occasions, he shined the light straight over me without noticing.
Yeah, listen, I'm sure I could keep pausing it, but
eventually,
like, bro, y'all gotta give Llama Arts props for this, bro. You gotta give him props.
I heard his footsteps walk even further into the woods past me. That was when I ran back to his truck, but unfortunately, he was smart enough to lock it. By some miracle, I saw another car approaching in the distance, and I ran out into the middle of the street, waving my arms like a lunatic. The car tried to avoid me, but I wouldn't let it. They were forced to stop, and I yelled at them to help me before they came back. Once I told them that I was kidnapped by the man who was driving that Ford Explorer, the driver agreed to give me a lift. Not to the police station or anything, but to my house. I made it back safely, where I couldn't thank the driver enough. I immediately woke up my parents and told them. My dad wanted to know if I got his tag number. And then I felt like punching myself in the face. I failed to get the simplest information from the guy that would have allowed me to actually properly report him. All I knew was that he drove a faded blue 99 Ford Explorer. I made sure to give Alex a piece of my mind, and part of me always held a grudge against him ever since, just for abandoning me at a party without telling me. I haven't seen him in 4 years now, however, and this was actually the first time I even thought about this incident for almost a year now. As time goes on, even the worst of memories may start to fade, but after writing this to share with the internet, it's once again fresh in my mind.
Wait, so hold up. So he, wait, so the okay, here's what, so the speaker is just telling, their true, wait, so they're telling me this is a true story that, so they're telling me that this is a true story that actually happened to the speaker, and then Llama Arts went out and just animated it? Oh my god! Alright guys, that'll wrap up today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please hit that like button down below. Hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell so you'll be notified every time I upload. Now anyways, I'll see you guys later. Peace. Oh, forgot to say, I might do a double upload on a Roblox video. So anyway, see you guys.